I've got a humbug in.
It's not the right time for a humbug. Yeah, let's put that behind there. There we go. Some Bourbons there. Hello everybody. Anyone think this is a big game tomorrow? Happy to see you all. So, big one tomorrow. Without further ado, we'll crack on. Can I come to Sky Sports first, Jake?
Yes,
if that's all right.
thank you. Absolutely. Good afternoon, Emma. Across your hundreds of matches over the last 12 years, I'm sure last weekend was one of the performances you're most proud of. But that old cliche, the job's only half done, and they're going to give you both barrels tomorrow, and they are still the measuring stick for all sides, aren't they?
You're only as good as your next game. That's always been my motto. It doesn't change. It won't for this one.
When Aitana Bonmati accuses you of playing dirty, is that something you take issue with, or do you think, great, we've got under their skin?
I think everything Barcelona say they're entitled to. They've earned their position. They've earned, their status in Europe. They're the best team in Europe. They've demonstrated that. I think they're entitled to say what they want.
Yeah, so you have no issue with that? Did you feel you did play dirty? Was that a tactic, preordained tactic?
As one knows, I'm pretty sure she didn't mean a lot of those things, but in a world of clickbait, you all made a headline out of it. She's a super player, best in the world, even better live. I know she has a respect for her opponents. Like I said, they've earned anything, then they're entitled to do what they want.
Do you sense that the players are playing an emotion, if you like, that there is a sense of, let's do this for Emma?
I think our players play for our badge. I think our players play for their family. I think our players play for each other. I'm part of that. I'm in a team. It's not me, it's us, it's we. And these players play at this football club to play in every game for Chelsea, not just the one tomorrow.
Just one final one from me. I appreciate you saying it's not about you, but for you personally, obviously there's still 2 games to go, but is this the holy grail for you? Is this the perfect farewell, winning this competition?
As I said before, this is a game we want to be in and we're looking forward to it, but our team has huge experience of being in these positions, and we attack the game exactly the same way we do every week, and it's just another game for us.
Thanks, Jamie. Emma.
Hi Emma, nice to see you.
Hey.
Last game at Stamford Bridge, I was reading a piece on the website about the journey, 12 years at the club, and you said, this is where we should be, a team that, like Chelsea, playing in front of 35,000, as we know from this morning at Stamford Bridge. So what does it mean for you to have your last game there, and what's been your favourite experiences so far?
The litmus test of all of that is the first game in Stamford Bridge next season. Making sure our marketing, commercial, comms teams have the right strategy to turn 35,000 tomorrow into 35,000 for the beginning of next season. I'm only here to, challenge the club and grow the game, and of course I'm delighted that our girls deserve, that opportunity, but for me this is one more step in the right direction of growing the women's game.
Yeah, I know, speaking to Millie Bright this week, she said, you guys are expecting an even better Barcelona this week. They were perhaps below their level last week. So, yeah, I'm assuming you've got to go up another level to match that.
They're the best team in the world. I've said it millions of times. They know how to be in this position. No matter what they throw at us, whether it's bringing a false 9 lower, whether it's overloading to the right-hand side, whether it's accessing the pivot, whether it's, drawing us out of position. Barcelona can hurt you in so many different ways that for us as a team, we have to be so mindful that you can't switch off for one single session. This is a game that's played in the head, first and foremost, and, we know that we absolutely have to be perfect to be able to progress.
Yeah, just a question for Niamh as well. The sun's out, Champions League semi-final tomorrow. These are the days where being a footballer is the real deal, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. We're all really excited for it. I think, yeah, with the amount of tickets sold and being at Stamford Bridge, it's, yeah, Champions League's it's, yeah, really exciting and can't wait to get there.
Thanks, all of us.
Go to Kit next and then Sandra.
Hi Emma, hi Niamh. Emma, you've had a clean week to prepare for this game, which has been quite rare for you in recent weeks and months. How have you used that to your advantage?
I don't think of having a clean or a non-clean week as an advantage. It's just that's what it is, and means we've had more build time, more prep time, more reflection, more analysis. But that's normal for us in a single game week, and I think it went like most single game weeks go, and still lots of complaining in the position games because Niamh's 5th in the leaderboard, topped by Jess Carter's at the top actually overall season, and who's top in the first half?
Don't want to talk about it.
It's Ashley Lawrence. We've just been hugely competitive all week, but trust me, officiating some of these games in training I'm sometimes more grateful when you don't have a lot of training prep, because then I don't have as much of a headache.
And obviously it will be an emotional occasion tomorrow with the crowd, with what's at stake. How do you kind of like ride that emotional wave while also kind of staying composed, not getting overwhelmed by everything?
The only person who can send me over the edge is my child. Like, when I can't manage a situation with a 5-year-old, then I'm a bit flustered. Melly Leopold's and I are talking about it today. Being a parent is the hardest thing in the whole world. Being a football manager with your team is a privilege and an honour. Like, I don't think about it emotionally. I'm with my football family, and I like being in the trenches with them, and as always, I look forward to watching them play tomorrow.
And have you allowed yourself to maybe think about what it will feel like at the final whistle tomorrow with kind of your Stamford Bridge career being over? It's that tough to envisage when you don't know what the result's going to be.
I think I've done this so long that I've trained my brain not to be in them places. Like, of course it's natural, but I know how to shut them down. So stay present, stay in the moment. I've done my job this week. Still got players waiting for me to do a little bit of analysis because I had to come here. I'll do everything I can within my control and get up, have a nice pre-game walk, as I always do in the morning. Yeah, look forward to seeing the fans tomorrow.
Niamh, nice to see you. In terms of when you're, as a defender, defending against a team as talented as Barcelona, what's that like? Are there any kind of like unique challenges when you go up against them, whether it's like concentration or discipline or anything like that? Is there anything that kind of makes going up against Barcelona stand out?
I mean, I think across the pitch, it's not just individual players. I think the whole team, they are one of the best teams in the world, and they've got some of the best, well, the best player and some of the best players in the world as well. So I think it's not necessarily just focusing on one player, but it is, like Emma said, it's all in the mind. It's about being switched on for every single second, because at the top level, you switch off for one moment and you'll get punished for sure. So I think that's something that we're all aware of, and yeah, tomorrow will be, yeah, we know how good they are.
And you've played in some very big games for club and country, but where do you think this one ranks for you in terms of biggest games of your career so far?
I mean, to be honest, that's the first time I would have thought about it. That's not how I approach it at all. It's just sort of, that's the job, this is the next game. It is a big game for this club and for the team for sure, but it's definitely business as usual and just focusing on, yeah, the same things we do week in, week out.
Thank you very much.
Hi, a question for Emma. Just I think in the piece you did for Chelsea's website, you talked about this being a mental as well as a physical challenge. But I mean, how's the mentality been for you, for your players, going into this game with that 1-0 first leg advantage?
Just feels like a longer half time because that's all it is. We are at the halfway stage of a game that's minimum 180 minutes long. So we've made the adjustments for half time and we're ready for the second half. And that's how I present it to the players, and they know the cycle of, of how we work, and as I said before, we're ready. We want to be in this position. And like I've said all week, I look forward to the crowd helping us because we're going to need them tomorrow.
And you talk about the crowd, and then in that piece you also mentioned, your early days at Wheatsheaf and Staines clearing water off the pitch with, just in case a game couldn't go on. I mean, just how does it feel for you? I know you say you don't want it to be about you, but how does it feel for you as a coach to be going from that to this?
Look, I'm grateful I don't have to go out with a roller anymore like we were at Staines. You weren't even here then. We actually might have had Liverpool, the more I think about it, to go out and roll the pitch. Like, we've made progress. I don't have to roll pitches anymore. We've got amazing grounds people. I've got plenty of time to reflect on my time at Chelsea, but that's not now. Like, my preparation is on preparing the team. Like, got plenty of time to think about Chelsea and everything that comes with that, but definitely not today.
Thanks, Sandra. Catherine?
Can I just check team news?
Yeah.
Is there any updates on Natalie, Bjorn and Maren Mjelde and any other concerns?
Yeah, Nat, Bjorn, Maren Mjelde, Millie Bright, all likely to be back in the squad. All trained.
Just a question for Niamh. Millie Bright was talking this week saying when the draw came out, everyone kind of wrote Chelsea off and had them as the underdogs, and it's actually a nice change. Everyone usually expects Chelsea to win. It's a nice change to have that underdog tag. Is that something you'd agree with, and is it something you've kind of utilised as players going into this game?
I mean, I think like we keep saying they won. There's a reason people think of them like they do. It's because they were the best team in the world, one of the best, and I think that's for you guys to do. I think when the draw was made, that was, first of all, it was a way off. We were focused on whatever the next game was. So, yeah, but when the draw was made, we knew they were a top team, and we knew we'd have to be our very, very best. But yeah, for sure, it's it's what you want to play. You want to play in these games, and to win the ultimate trophy, you have to beat the best. So yeah, it's nothing we wouldn't expect.
Enzo, can I come to you?
Yes. Yeah, the cameras. So, yeah, cheers.
Hi, Enzo.
So may I ask you in Spanish? Is possible?
Yes, yeah, that's fine. We have translation.
Maybe in English is okay. So, or maybe you can bring me the answer in Spanish. No? No, it's joke.
And stitch me up like you did Bon Matty last week. No, thanks.
No, from TNT Sports, Mexico and South America. So ask you for Mayra, your opinion about her, how she developed, her skills in this amazing experience in Chelsea, and how she is for playing tomorrow, because I saw some, not injury, I don't know, but what she got injury or no, or she's ready 100% to play tomorrow against Barcelona.
I mean, I said it last week, Myra's settled into the club, but it takes time. Like I said, the language is probably the more interesting one. Jess Carter this morning was teaching her a couple of words like hold and shape, and sometimes she presses when Jess says shape, and sometimes she stays in shape when it's time to press. So that's an example of what takes time, but she's been really well received in the group. I don't know a single football player that comes into training that doesn't have tape round them. Like this, for me, sometimes you have to ask Niamh this one. Sometimes it looks like fashion to me. I'm not sure if it's really relevant, but it's a placebo effect sometimes, and then sometimes it helps their muscles in some way. So I don't know.
Another one from our Spanish friend at the back.
For Niamh, please. I appreciate they have been asked this many times throughout their career, but could I just ask you once again about the importance of Emma to your career and to the progression of this club in the past years?
Yeah, she's obviously been amazing for me personally and for the club. I think it's quite nice that I've had the outside point of view and now the inside point of view, and sort of seeing it from afar, and sort of the culture she built and playing against Chelsea, and what you came to expect when they turn up, and how she sort of, and then now coming into it and sort of seeing, like she references before, like being at Staines, like how she's built that to what it is now, I think it's credit and testament to her, and I'm glad she's getting what she's getting now. And I think personally as well, it's definitely been, had I come in, I wouldn't have envisioned sort of how it's gone. It's been up and down for sure. But like I sit here now and I'm a much better player and person, I think, and much more well equipped to deal with things. And a large part of that is Emma.
I think Denise has had a big part of that
she
too.
has as well.
The backroom staff too with this one.
Yeah.
And looking at the game, obviously, considering the recent history, it's becoming a Champions League classic, Chelsea and Barcelona, would it be an overstatement to say that this is a chance for revenge?
I mean, I think it's great that it's becoming such a spectacle. Like, in terms of growing the game, that's exactly what we want, sort of all the eyes, and it's only going to help. And like Emma says, to next year, can we retain those fans and sort of build that for next year? But I think that's sort of your narrative to make. Our focus is on the game tomorrow, and it is another game, and we're going to turn up and give it our best. And yeah, we're not really focused on the sort of outside media, I guess.
Any more? Yeah, last one.
Yeah, hi, Emma from Barcelona. In Montjuic, you had like what is similar, a plan to stop everything Barcelona did in that game. So they're preparing, apart from the mental state, when you talk about football with the players, have you thought about any type of possibilities that Barcelona might change, or do you expect kind of a similar game plan from them from last Saturday, or do you expect something different? Thank you.
Well, the truth is I don't know, but all I can do is prepare the team for the possibilities, whether that be a false nine, come lower, whether it be to access the pivot a little more, whether it be with more direct play with Salma moving to the left, Alexia maybe as a false nine. Like there's a lot of permutations. But I can't fixate on that. We can prepare for some of the tactical detail in the roundup, but like we have to play our game too. Our game is not Barcelona's game, and we're not trying to be Barcelona. Right? Nobody is Barcelona. But that doesn't mean you can't win. It just means that you have to play to your best strengths and recognise that no matter what Barcelona do, they will pull any team apart, no matter what they do. And do I expect changes tactically, maybe personnel? Yeah, sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Last one then, Simon. Come on, end on a high.
Emma, have you been practicing penalties this week, and Niamh, are you up for taking one?
At Chelsea, we practice penalties all the time. We don't just save it for this week. We measure training performance all the time in most areas. And that's whether that's a free kick, whether that's a corner, whether that's a penalty. So our processes haven't changed. We do it all year round, and we analyse them in a training capacity. So yeah, we have definitely practiced them, but that's not unusual.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. Like we do a lot of it throughout the year, and there's so many stats. So of course I'll take one, but it's sort of I've done the work and I'll be ready to take one, and if the decision's made, for sure.
Great stuff. We'll leave it there. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.